If you can want it, you can have it. But you've got to understand that law of attraction is the basis of the combining, and you've got to understand what it is that you are in this moment in time in the reception mode of. Because sometimes, without meaning to be, you are in the receiving mode of the absence of what you want instead of the receiving mode for the presence of what you want. So the story goes on a little further. So you ask, source answers, and this vortex is there, this vibrational reality. It's the answer. It is also the now reality. This is where all the action is. This is where all of the attention is. This is what source energy is focused upon. So source energy is focused upon who you really are, not only what you've allowed yourself to be so far. So your up to the minute updates of what you want are always in your vortex, and that's what your inner being is always focused upon. Now think about it. What you know about law of attraction and the way law of attraction is responding to that powerful vortex, this is the energy that creates worlds. These are creators that are keeping your planet spinning in perfect proximity to other planets. It's nice to have them on your side, and they are focused upon what you want, and law of attraction responding to that powerful vibration. But if you're over there focused upon the missing of something, then that tug of war you feel that comes forth in the form of negative emotion is your indicator that you are keeping yourself unwittingly, we know you don't mean to do it, vibrationally separate, that's too strong a word, or pinched off, that's pretty strong word too, from what's really going on. And the more you've asked for it, and the more you want it, and the more source energy is focused upon it, then the more discomfort you're going to feel when you focus in opposition of it, you see. So once you put all of these pieces together, once you understand that you are the creator of your experience, and that the only thing that has really gone wrong for so many of you is that you've misunderstood that when you ask, that this process of creating is really 3 steps. You ask, source answers, and you've got to get into the receiving mode. How often do you hold yourself just asking the question over and over and over again? Where is it? I want it to come. Do you know that the vibration of a question and the vibration of an answer are different? The vibration of a problem and the vibration of a solution are different. You've got to get into vibrational sequence with what you're asking for. We want to help you get ready to be ready. We want you to leave here understanding unquestioningly what the receiving mode feels like, that it feels like satisfaction. We want you to realize that even though you're asking for something that is taking a while to manifest, that if you can be satisfied with the idea of it, then you are not keeping it from progressing. And do you know, anytime you're letting what you desire evolve, in more literal terms, anytime you're actually allowing yourself to move toward it and it toward you, because you're not doing that thing you do that keeps it from it, anytime you are allowing it to evolve, you are feeling satisfaction. And once you get the hang of this, that means you're happy all the time. And it's important to get the hang of this because you know why? There's always something else you're asking for. There is always going to be a new thing in your vortex that hasn't manifested yet. So if you need the manifestations in order to be satisfied, you're going to be eternally, as long as you're in this physical body, unsatisfied, because there's always going to be something that's in the process of becoming. So we want you to become at one with the process of it becoming. We want you to be like you are mostly with the corn. We want you to be willing to allow the gestation process. You're willing to allow the fetus in the mother's womb to become ready to be born. And it's the same thing with this one small variance. Your desires are ready to be born. It's just you that's not ready. And it wouldn't take that much for you to get ready. You just have to stop not being ready. Have you ever visited with anyone and you had a disagreement about something and you both are certain you're right? And of course you know they're wrong. Of course they know you're wrong. And the more you try to explain your point of view, the more they dig in to explain their point of view, and the more neither of you move toward the other one at all. Well, that exact argument is happening just inside you all the time. You fight these battles with yourself where you want things that you don't believe. That's exactly the same sort of thing. And there's a part of you, and it's because of law of attraction, that when you have held a belief for a while that your new desire challenges, that belief that you've been holding will dig in just like that friend and it will try to hold its own because the law of attraction is responding to the vibration. So you want to clean up your vibration. You want to stop offering two contradictory vibrations. And how do you do that? The best way we know is to quiet your mind completely, because it is easier for you to have no thought than it is to have pure positive thought about something that you've been worried about. So that's why we're really encouraging that you find a time every day for 15 or 20 minutes. Earlier in the day is easier for you, where you can focus upon something that is a very small thought, like a sound that you can hear. Esther likes to fixate on the condenser in the air conditioner. It's usually something that she can hear, or the trickle of a running water, or the flicker of a flame. You can even count your own breathing. Something that doesn't require much thought, but is something that you will focus upon. Something to focus upon that doesn't get you going. In other words, don't focus on that discrepancy in your checkbook that you can't figure out. And don't focus on how to get your kids to understand what you mean, or your mate. Don't focus on anything that's meaty or interesting. Focus upon things that are boring and uninteresting, but interesting enough that you can focus upon them. And the first few times you try it, you probably won't be very good at it because your mind is active. But if you are determined that you're going to quiet your mind, and you sit every day for 15 or 20 minutes for a while, a week or two or three, you'll reach the place where your mind will actually quiet. It will stop emitting a signal that is causing law of attraction to respond to it. And when that happens, you'll have an open valve to the wholeness of who you really are, to everything that's in your vortex, to your inner being who is in your vortex, to everything that you want. You'll feel a satisfaction for no good reason. You won't be feeling satisfied because something is manifested. You'll be feeling satisfied because in this moment of a quieted mind, you are offering no opposition to who you really are and to all that you have become. Oh, so if you can manage to stay there for a little while, it's a progressive thing. Do it every day. Don't miss a day if you can help it. Do it every day. And every day, as you find that place, you'll hold it in a little more significant manner until you will not only be in the receptive mode, but you will begin to receive. That's why Esther came out of meditation with an overwhelming urge to move furniture around. And it wasn't because furniture needed to be moved around, and it wasn't because she was unhappy with furniture where it was. It was because her desire to teach and someone else's desire to learn was active in the vibrational vicinity, and she was the path of least resistance. And in her quieted mind, guess what? She was picked to play. And you all are wanting to be picked to play. Picked to play, picked to be the cooperative component in your own unfolding of your own magnificent life experiences. And so now you've quieted your mind, you're in meditation. And the next day you're there again, and the next day you're there again. 15 or 20 minutes. Don't go crazy with this. 15 or 20 minutes. And then that receptive mode is something that's so easy for you to find. And what you will begin to notice is the things that you've been asking for a while will begin to flow into your experience. You'll begin to be in the right place at the right time. Your timing will be better. You'll start rendezvousing with more of the things that you want. And here's the thing that we really want you to begin to pay attention to. Your satisfaction factor is going to become more and more and more and more and more. At first, it's just satisfying not to be in turmoil. But then, when a thought comes and it feels like a great idea, and you get the idea, you would think that Esther had been given the greatest assignment and had already accomplished it, had ever been given, when she got the idea to move furniture around. And if she had gotten really serious about thinking, she might have thought, shouldn't I be working on world peace or something more important? And we say, there's nothing more important than to be in the receptive mode, because the beginning of a thought is the beginning of a thought. And as you allow that thought to gather momentum, that's where the satisfaction comes. So we're going to give you one more piece of business here because you're ready for it. And then we want to talk to you about whatever it is you want to talk about. When you have been meditating and you have quieted your mind and you are in that sort of mindless state that you might call ease. Ease, quiet, let's even call it contentment. Perfect reception. Now let's talk about being in a state of such enthusiasm that you're almost breathless. Esther felt that way with these boys. As they were moving to the music, and she was too. And she was thrilled with her discovery of that, just so that she could have that experience. Her full realization of everything that had been going on was coming into her consciousness, and she was over the top in happiness. So whether you are in contentment and ease, or whether you are in that off-the-wall enthusiasm, is still the receptive mode. What's the difference in those emotions? Momentum. Now here's the thing we want you to hear. If you don't do that thing you do that stops the momentum, momentum will increase. So if you've got a desire and you're not killing it by looking for evidence of it every minute, if you're satisfied with it where it is, if you're satisfied with it because it just feels good, law of attraction will cause that momentum to increase. And before you know it, you'll be making phone calls, you'll be in the right place at the right time, you'll be rendezvousing with other people. But you've got to allow it to evolve naturally. Because if you try to artificially fake it till you make it, if you try to artificially make the jump into the manifestation and start doing the action things, then you contradict your own energy and you don't allow it to come about. And those of you who have been in what you call the creative arts, whether it's music or art or so many things are, you know what we mean. You know, athlete, you know what it's like to be in the zone. And you know what it's like when you run when you're not in the zone. You know what it's like if you're a professional basketball player to show up on the court and not be tuned in, tapped in, turned on. You know what your timing is. You know what your depth perception is. You know what your eye and hand coordination is. You know the difference between being tuned in and not being tuned in. You know it because you've seen it over and over again. We're just doing the best sales job that we've ever given of asking you to be willing to try. Quieting your mind. Meditation is the best way we know of. Tuning yourself in, and then let law of attraction help it to grow so that you can live happily ever after as it is unfolding. And so then your friends will see you and they'll say, hey, how's it going? You'll say, great. Really, really good. Best ever, you'll say. And they'll say, oh, really? Did you get that condo? No. New car you were talking about? No. Did you meet your girlfriend? No. Then what's so great? I just feel real good. You're smoking, aren't you? Because it's hard for others to understand satisfaction that they can't translate through physical senses. And it's going to be impossible for you to explain the satisfaction that you can't demonstrate through physical senses. So don't try. This sales job is about asking you to be willing to let the satisfaction be the emotion that you feel for a while. If you're willing to be content, if you're willing to be peaceful, if you're willing to be tuned in, if you're willing to accept the new idea, if you're willing to feel the enthusiasm that comes, if you're willing to feel the enthusiasm until it builds, until you can't hold yourself back from acting on it, if you'll be willing to follow your impulse, if you'll be willing to go, if you'll be willing to take that exit and go in that place and have that conversation, if you'll be willing to follow these impulses that feel so good, it seemed like a good idea, you say, seemed like a good idea, but then you say, but it didn't turn out that well. That's because you went too far too fast. Just follow the impulse as far as it feels good and watch what happens. Path of least resistance, path of least resistance, path of least resistance. And it is our promise to you that that path will lead you, and swiftly, to anything and everything that you want. This is the way creation works. This is the way creation works. And if you are to be a deliberate creator, and we know you want it, you know you want it. You want to be a deliberate creator. Nothing else is satisfying. You get all tuned in. Wonderful things flow to you. You see someone who's lacking it. So you say, oh, I see that you cannot do this for yourself. So here, a big pile of something, a big pile of money. Here, take my car. I don't need it. And at first they look happy. But they don't stay there very long. Because satisfaction only happens when you blend together your desires and your beliefs. It's a coming together of you and you is the only thing that will ever make you happy. And you got to leave everyone else out of the equation, especially for a little while. So, if you never hear anything from anyone ever again, that ought to do it.